it's all the way.
If I had to, I'd stick with these men and all Americans to the death, because liberty is worth that.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And God bless you all for what you did on coverage for what happened in Canada. You guys were the only ones that I seen actually covering the real truth. So bless y'all for that.
I'm afraid of this government, but I would be arrested. I mean, I'm not going to do anything to cause myself to be arrested, but if they go like nuclear like they did up in Canada, we can't stand for that.
The government works for us, and we're not afraid. I'm not scared. I don't care what they try. You know, we're in here for the long haul.
And we don't care how long it'll take. And if you still don't hear us, then we'll come a little closer.
I'm Jeremy Loffredo, on assignment for Rebel News in Haggerstown, Maryland. Behind me is U.S. Trucker Convoy. They're scheduled to leave tomorrow morning for Washington, D.C. and protest an end to vaccine mandates. Only 70 miles from D.C., the U.S. Trucker Convoy, or the People's Convoy, is setting up camp in Haggerstown, Maryland tonight, as they allow smaller convoys to join and as the truckers plan the strategy and logistics of bringing hundreds of giant vehicles to the capital area. As the convoy's final trek approaches, I asked truckers and convoy organizers how far they're willing to go to achieve their goals, namely the ending of trucker vaccine mandates and the repealing of the Federal Emergency Act, which allows the federal government to impose such mandates and dictates without democratic oversight. There's a noticeably different tone and philosophy espoused by the truckers compared to that of the organizers. While both parties aim for the protest to be peaceful, the organizers' plan is to take a more civil and leveled approach involving daily slow rolls around Washington, D.C.'s largest highway, regrouping every night 60 miles west of the city. While the truckers that have joined the convoy see themselves engaging in a more civil disobedience style protest in Washington, D.C., similar to that of the Canadian convoy. Co-organizer Brian Brazzi explained his plan to me.
So in the morning, we're going to be meeting with all the convoy drivers, the actual people driving in the convoy. We're going to be meeting with them, and tomorrow the plan is to kind of flex our muscle a little bit, let them know that we're here and that we're not going to just sit still in one location. So tomorrow we plan on doing 2 loops around the Capitol Beltway just to let them know, just so they can see how big we are and that we're serious. It's time to listen to the people, and so we're gonna parade around the Beltway so they can see just exactly how big and how many vehicles we got.
Truckers shared how far they believe they'd go to accomplish their aims.
I'm gonna stay until I go to jail or die, probably. It might end up differently halfway through. Something might change. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm there for the long haul.
We have to go there and have some kind of effect. This isn't just a road trip. This is to really have an effect to make changes in this government and get us back to our founding principles. And I think you could ask anyone here and they'd tell you that same thing.
There is no reverse. There is no backing down. We're going forward and forward. Backing down is just not in the vocabulary. It's not an option.
If we don't move, the world stops. Until we get what we want, we shouldn't move at all.
I'm doing nothing illegal. I don't plan on doing anything illegal, but I'm gonna be heard. And there's a pretty good group of us here, as you can see. Similar to what happened in Canada. And yeah, I'm with them. I'm here for the duration.
We're actually have to raise up against the government and let them know peacefully, but let them know that we're not going to take it anymore.
If our actions are not hurting nobody, I don't see where they can have a leg to stand on. And we're not going to hurt anybody doing this. If we park these things and turn the keys off, pull our knives out, and cut the damn tires off of them, good luck on towing them.
Our government has gotten out of control. They forgot that we work for the people. They're supposed to represent us, not rule over us. And until they are reminded, in whatever fashion is necessary, that they work for us, it'll never change.
Someone's got to stand up for our kids and our grandkids, because it's got to stop. This Emergency Powers Act, why is that in place? Where's the emergency? So, yeah, it's all the way.
If I had to, I'd stick with these men and all Americans to the death, because liberty is worth that.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And God bless you all for what you did on coverage for what happened in Canada. You guys were the only ones that I seen actually covering the real truth. So bless y'all for that.
I'm afraid of this government, but I would be arrested. I mean, I'm not going to do anything to cause myself to be arrested. But if they go like nuclear, like they did up in Canada, we can't stand for that.
The government works for us, and we're not afraid. I'm not scared. I don't care what they try. You know, we're in here for the long haul.
Every time I have doubts, we go under another overpass, or we go by another field where the farmer's standing out there watching us go by, or we pull into a stop like tonight, and all of these people, you know as well as they do, it's a little chilly outside right now, but they're standing out there waiting for us, and the doubt goes away.
I asked Brazzi if he believed the rest of the convoy would be content doing loops on the highway and returning to their parking lot.
No, and they shouldn't be content with that. They should want more. They should demand more. They should strive for more. What I would say to those drivers is that we have a process that we're working through diplomatically. We're not going to ever bend the knee to them, ever. We have our demands. You know what we want, and that's what we're here to achieve. Doing 1 or 2 loops around the Beltway is not enough. It'll never be enough. But we're trying to show restraint, trying to show compromise, trying to make our legislators understand that we are flexible and that we're willing to come to the table to negotiate these things. To go out there and just shut everything down like that gets us nowhere except for dragged out of our trucks and beat on the street. And we want to avoid that at all possible, if at all possible.
But Brazzi's plan is original. He explained that DC can expect the convoy to slow roll the DC Beltway on a daily basis.
I think you could expect us to arrive daily from tomorrow on. And we don't care how long it'll take. And if you still don't hear us, then we'll come a little closer.